Yo, this your boy Waldo, and y'all are now tuned in to Pursuit of Dopeness. A.G.O.
Well, thanks again for meeting with us, man. Appreciate it.
My man, thanks for having me.
All right, man. So, we're sitting here with Waldo at Bottom Lounge here in Chicago. Tell me what you think about your performance tonight.
It was great. Definitely top 2 shows that I did since I've been on this tour, man. Chicago always shows its love. It's just great energy out here, man. I love the whole Chicago culture. The food is good as hell. I went to Harold's before I came here, mandatory. But yeah, just good energy, man. It was fun.
What's it been like so far being on tour?
It's been fun, man. It's just great to get back in the swing of things. It's been a couple years since I actually been on a tour, so it's cool to just meet new people, see new faces, and then recognize people who are familiar with your sound and your music. But it's been a great experience all around.
So right before we started recording, you started talking about your latest album. I know it's still relatively fresh, but you have been performing it while on tour. So what are some of the growth tracks that you've noticed have gotten the best reaction when you perform them live?
That's a good question. Well, personally, my favorite track off the album, which is No Stress, that usually gets a reaction out of people because it's just kind of a loosen up type of track. Like, man, we here to have fun. Like, when they hear the beat, they can kind of tell you can move and dance a little bit. No Stress for sure. 365 always does well. It's actually the closing song that I do really resonate with that well. And I would have to say when I do SNS. SNS is a classic song for people who actually listen to my music. They familiar with that. So yeah, those are definitely the top 3 songs for sure.
So when you're playing the new music off your album, how is that you prepare, those tracks to make them be ready for what you're trying to convey when you're playing them live?
Honestly, I don't. I just, I create what feels real to me, what feels good to me, and when it's time to do the show, I just pray people accept me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I can only be myself, and I can only do what I create. You know what I mean? But yeah, people usually just have a good feel to my music, and that it's funny because I was talking to one of the homies not too long ago, and I was telling them how when people are just staring at you in the crowd, just looking at you, they're not dancing or moving or whatever, but they're just looking at you. That's not a bad thing necessarily. It means they're just listening to you. You know what I'm saying? So with me knowing that, it helps me move forward, and I don't feel like anybody's judging my records in a negative way. So that's really just how I prepare.
So back to the album itself, it's been out for some months now. Has your perception of it changed now that you're able to look back and reflect on it?
It feels good because it took it's a funny story. It took me about 3 years to make this project, and in that 3-year span, there was a lot of transitions with myself personally and a lot of things we were going through. So now that the music is out and people are accepting it well and digesting it well, it just feels good, man, because it's reassuring me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? When I see people rocking my music and enjoying the music, it's yeah, I can do this. Yeah, this is what it is. So it's been good, man, all around.
It's great to hear. So right now you're actually on tour, Sango and Savon. What can you tell us about what it was like also working with them for your project?
It was natural. I went to high school with these guys. You know what I'm saying? They grew up in my same city, same neighborhoods. We all just know each other really well. So working with them was easy. Even the talk of this album started off of playing the PS4 together, late night, and we were just yo, we need to start cooking up new music and making. And it's just natural, man. Those both are my brothers. Like I said, it's just a chemistry that is one of a kind, for sure.
Right. No, that's awesome, and being able to transition from those PS4 games now to stage,
actual records.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's really cool. Is there any stories from being on the road with these guys? Obviously there's not much that you guys can hide from each other anymore because you got that kind of closeness. So are there any stories you can share about what it's been like on the road with these guys?
Honestly, man, it's always a good time with them because they got great energy. They both are really professional, but at the same time, they know how to have a good time. And I feel like every time I'm on the road with them, it takes some of the stress off of my shoulders a bit, just because I just realize I'm here with family. It's like it's nobody in here that's like looking down on me or above me. They really make me feel comfortable. As far as like stories, as far as like funny shit maybe that's been going on since we've been on tour, you good. There goes Savon right there. Hey Savon, come here. I ain't even come here. But nah, yeah, it's been a good experience all around, man. Nothing but good times, nothing but laugh. I laugh a lot. I try not to because I lose my voice easy.
Right.
But they be having me dead in the car, all the jokes and just everything, man. It's just great experience, man.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff you want to come up with when you're just like, head up in the clouds, wondering what this could turn into. So It's always great to see it actually come to life.
Yeah, facts. Real life.
So you're part of a few collectives. You collaborate with a lot of people. Obviously, with your work like through Soulection, A.G.O, and you're also working with some up and coming producers like Martin Sky, who we know very well out here too. So how does collaboration help push your craft, the music that you like to make?
What I would say it does for me is just builds a different confidence, because it shows me that I can step out of familiar territory and still hold my own weight, at the end of the day. As you mentioned, like working with different artists like Martin Sky, like that's the homie and stuff. I just love bringing like different places together. I think that's the most like just the biggest thing about it that feeds my energy is like, I'm literally from a small city in Michigan called Grand Rapids, and it's like when we do these records or when they hear artists come from there, it just makes it a place for people. Now it's like people coming to Michigan like, I want to go to Grand Rapids, I want to see what that's about. So It just feels good, man. Honestly, that's what collabing does for me. It just feels good. It makes me feel like I'm representing my area the right way. So that's what it does.
And so Grand Rapids specifically for you, what do you feel like the city itself still like influence you in the music that you make, and how do you feel that you still like rep for your city as you keep moving forward with the music that you're making?
That's all I know. Grand Rapids is all I know. It taught me everything I know about hip hop. Cold ass winters, y'all. We here in Chicago right now. Y'all very familiar with the lake effect. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, it just makes me authentic. It's a silver lining on me. A lot of people, it's almost an advantage to be from somewhere where a lot of people aren't. Because if you come from these bigger cities and stuff like that, it's like we heard these stories before. What else can you add? When you come from somewhere like Grand Rapids, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know. So the city does nothing but bless me. At the end of the day.
That's awesome, man. Having that little extra chip on your shoulder, knowing that the connections that you make have to be genuine and you have to work hard at them. Yeah, that's really cool. So, piggybacking off of what we were talking about with the collabs, are there any dream collaborations that you have?
Hell yeah. It's funny. Producer wise or just like in general?
Both, man. Whatever you got.
I guess I would say like producer wise, somebody I would really like to work with, which would be dope to work with, just because I know that like Sango being such a good friend of mine, we were extremely influenced by him. I would love to work with like Timberland, people of that caliber, just because I know that they really know how to bring the character out of an artist. Right. Not necessarily, maybe not even like the most lyrical part of them, but they know how to have fun when they make music and the personality. And I know that my personality is like, once I open up, people tend to gravitate towards me. So I would love to work with like an artist like Timberland, somebody of that caliber.
Sango just played him like minutes ago.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Yeah. But rap wise or like R&B wise,
whatever you got. You don't have to stick to a single genre. I mean, I know.
Or just like give me whatever.
Anything, yeah.
I would honestly, I would like to work I could just like pick somebody to work with off the top of my head, I would have to say, for me, it would be like a dream come true to work with somebody like A.G.O. Cole is like a big influence on me. Like to the point where sometimes I relate to his music. It's like too personal. Like, bro, do you know me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be dope to work with somebody like him of his caliber. He's an amazing artist. You know what I'm saying? And he's genuine. You can tell. You don't even have to know the guy. You can just tell from the music he make. He just knows what real life is about. So somebody like Cole would be dope.
That'd be awesome, yeah. And he would have to be on your song because he does the whole
thing. I'm with whatever. So, he ain't gonna let me get on one of his records, but he definitely come kill my shit. I'm cool with that. I wouldn't feel offended at all. Like, please body me on this song, please.
Oh, man. That's awesome, man. So, okay, right before we wrap up, just got one more question for you. So, tour is gonna be wrapping up for you shortly. Obviously you'll be closing it out with the rest of the guys, but once the touring life is over, what do you have planned for the rest of your 2020?
Honestly, to keep the momentum going, I'm gonna double back with a new album. It'll be dropping within the next, next 4 to 5 months for sure. And man, just keep going, because like I was explaining earlier, it took me 3 years to get into a space to make Grove. And now I just feel like I said, that momentum is there, and it's like I don't want to lose that. So just back to the music, man. More visuals, more collaborations, more everything.
Yeah. So actually now, working off of that, what can you tell us about what you're working on and what your approach is going to be for this next project?
Just know I'm comfortable now. Like, I'm in a different comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too comfortable where I'm like, I can slack off, but like I'm definitely, I had that confidence coming back to myself. And just know we gonna get a lot of like dope features on this next one around. That's something that we didn't have on the last one. I just kind of wanted to take that and show people that I can rap on my own. And then now this one is kind of like we want to flex a little bit. So the features is gonna be off the chain.
Great, man. Well, thanks again for sitting with us.
Thanks for having me.
It's a conversation, man. Looking forward to everything that you're coming out with next.
Pursue the dopeness, you know? Hell yeah.